What's going on, guys? So I just finished up my workout today, doing some sumo deadlifts, then some belt squats. Pretty good workout. Just kind of wanted to give you guys an update of training and nutrition and kind of where things are going. About 19 or 18 and a half weeks out from the November meet. So that means that in the next 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks, the hypertrophy phase of training, which lasted roughly 15 weeks, comes to an end. My goal was to increase body size to about 260, 265. Today I woke up at 261, so things are going very well according to plan. The hard thing is just kind of figuring out if what you're doing is actually gonna pay off in the end, because of the hypertrophy work. It's just, and the variations, it's just tough to tell sometimes, and all you can really control is effort. So if the effort's there, I think the results will be there. If you come to the gym and you put forth the effort you're supposed to put forth, in the end, if you pick the right exercises, you'll surpass your old numbers. But it's still a variable that can present a challenge and can be quite scary and intimidating to do your own programming and pick the right variations, pick the right rep ranges and progressions and stuff like that, to make sure that you're doing the things that need to be done in order for you to achieve your goal, which is why I see a lot of people that hire coaches now to kind of take a little bit of that away from them. But I personally enjoy it. I enjoy the experimenting behind it and kind of the outcome. It just feels a little bit more gratifying knowing that I did it all on my own. I do have help for sure. I ask a lot of people. My training partner Sean gives me a lot of feedback and a lot of help, and then I reach out to some of my friends on Facebook, and some of them are the best coaches in the country, so I have a lot of really good resources to reach out to and get better. But right now everything is going according to plan. 4.5 more weeks and then I start meet prep, and I'll start changing a few things up diet wise to get me closer to 248. I'm not a huge fan of thinking that once the weight's on, you have to kind of let it sit in place and, or else you'll lose it. I think once the muscle's built, the muscle's built. And if you just pick a smart approach to your diet and incrementally, like small drops in body weight, you'll be able to maintain the muscle you put on. I don't think you have to let it sit and marinate and, get adapted to it. Muscle's there. It's not going anywhere as long as you're training hard. So that's the plan. I get down there, that way my hands get smaller and I can hold onto a bar better, and I don't have to cut a lot of weight, and compete November 19th with a lot of my friends, and it should be a really good meet. I'm excited for it. So that's the update, guys. I appreciate you guys for always watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you guys next time. So now that you know kind of where things are going and where I'm at, I want to get to answering some questions that I have. So first one is pretty simple. It's a nutrition question, and the person asked, if I'm trying to lose weight, would it be ideal if I did 2 weeks of low carbs and then 1 week of a refeed kind of deal? My answer to that is, if your main objective is performance related, that would be probably not a great idea. Also, if you're the whole idea, right, is to deplete your glycogen stores and really push yourself in training with low carbs to zero carbs, and really try to utilize the fat stores and stuff like that for energy and to burn them off. So if you did that for 2 weeks, it wouldn't take a whole week of high carbohydrate refeed days for you to restore your glycogen. Depending on the size of the person, it would take anywhere from a day to 2. If you're an extremely large human being, which most powerlifters under 220 aren't, I would say that you only need a day or 2, and then you'll be good. So what I would recommend is kind of taking a different approach and really utilizing nutrient timing and putting your carbohydrates around your workout, and doing like protein and veggie meals and fats away from your workout. So that way you'll have 3 carb meals pre-workout, your intra-workout shake, and then post-workout, and then everything else is going to be mainly protein and fats. And that's just a good way to keep your body composition and at a high level, keep insulin sensitivity high, and to really utilize the carbohydrates when you add them in. You know, same thing with what I talked about in the last video of cycling calories. Same concept, just within the day, to make sure that you're optimizing everything and pushing everything. So next question is a question about variation in exercise selection, saying that they see that I'm doing a good bit of variations, you know, why and how would you go about planning that and programming that into your thing. So basically in the hypertrophy phase, I'm trying to have in enough variations that create training stimulus and adaptation, but not so many to where I can't go back and hit the same movements again in, say, 3 to 4 weeks. So I'll pick 2 to 3 major exercises. For squats, it's high bar and safety squat bar, and for deadlifts, I'm doing block pulls and floor pulls, and then bench press has the most variations, mainly because I'm pressing 3 times a week. And I try to kind of focus on the things that I feel I need to work on and that have worked for me in the past. High bar, safety squat bar has really worked well and carried over really well to my actual squats and building up my quads and strength. So those always stay in the off season and kind of into prep too as well. Bench press, I do really well with the buffalo bar, build a lot of strength off my chest, build a bigger chest, and a lot of overhead pressing you see this time around because my shoulders are healthy and I'm able to do that. So I kind of pinpointing some of the weak areas that I need to really work on, and those are my variations. And the whole goal of creating those variations is to, you know, when I come back around to them, is to kind of do a progressive overload and be able to do more weight or more reps or more sets than the last time. So that's the plan, and that's how I kind of set up my variations. And then you just kind of got to know yourself as a lifter, and you got to try different things out too. You know, sometimes they'll work perfect, and sometimes you'll do a whole training cycle and you'll realize, well, that's a shitty exercise. I'm probably not going to bring that one back to the program, and you just dump it. But regardless if it kind of has a big carryover or not, you're still putting in a lot of work and you're still getting a good training stimulus out of it, and muscles are growing. It may not carry over to your bench, squat, or deadlift right now, but if you're getting bigger and you're getting bigger muscles, over time it'll eventually create more strength, better leverages. So it's kind of just picking and choosing what you need to work on, putting them in there, rotating them, and then next time you go around to it, trying to beat them. That's why it's good to keep a logbook. So that's all I have for you guys. Talk to you next time.